Okay, so in this video we will see next 5 questions, that is from question number 141 to question number 145, and all these questions are available on examstopics.com website, right? And all these questions are related to the GCP PD exam, that is professional data engineer exam. So let's start. Question number 141. Data analysts in your company have the cloud IAM owner role assigned to them in their projects. Okay, so we have the cloud analyst and they have the owner role of the projects to allow them to work with the multiple GCP products in their projects. Okay, your organization requires that all BigQuery data access logs be retained for 6 months. Okay, so this is the requirement, that we need to retain the BigQuery logs for 6 months, and you need to ensure that only audit personnel in your company can access the data. Okay, so what should you do? So if you read the question, we need to first retain the logs for 6 months. So we need some kind of storage, right, to store the logs for 6 months. And also you need to ensure that the only audit personnel in your company can access the data. So we have 4 options given. Enable data access logs in each data analyst project. Restrict access to the Stackdriver logging via cloud IAM roles. So this is wrong, because in this option nothing is mentioned about the where we will store the logs, right, and how we will ensure that only the audit personnel in our company get access and not the data analyst. So even though they told the enable data access logs in each data analyst project, if they enable the logs, then the all data analyst can get the access of the logs, but here it is mentioned only audit person should get the access. So option A eliminated. Export the data logs via project level export sync to the cloud storage bucket in your data analyst project. So that is fine. So if we store the logs into the cloud storage bucket, we can retain the logs for 6 months. Restrict access to the cloud storage bucket. If we restrict the access to the cloud storage bucket, still data analyst can access the bucket, because data analyst has the owner role. So in the hierarchy it is on the top. So this is, and we want that only audit personnel should have access, but here data analyst also have access. So option B wrong. Export the logs into the cloud storage in a newly created projects for a audit logs. Okay, it means that rather than the same project, we will store the logs into the new projects. Fine. Restrict access to the project with the exported logs. Okay, option D, export the logs into the cloud storage bucket into the newly created project. That is fine. Restrict access to the project that contains the exported logs. That is perfectly okay. So option D is perfectly fine, because we need to store the logs. So we have cloud storage, but option A eliminated. Option B, C, D left. We need access only for the audit persons. In option number B, they told that restrict the cloud storage bucket access, but it is wrong, because data analyst have the owner role access. So they can, if we even restrict the cloud storage access, they have the higher role, so they can still access. So it violates our requirement. In option number C, they told that restrict the access to the project, but which project, right, with the exported logs, and it means which export the logs. So that is wrong. And we need to restrict the access of the project that contains the exported log, because we store the logs into a project. We store the logs into a different project, and we want to restrict the access of that project. So option D is satisfying all our criteria. So option D is correct answer. So option D is correct answer. So let's read question number 142. Each analytics team in your organization is running BigQuery jobs in their own projects. Okay, you want to enable each team to monitor slot usage within their project. So what should you do? So we have analytics team, they are running some BigQuery job and we want to monitor the slot usage, like how much CPU their jobs are using, right? So what should we do? Create a Stackdriver monitoring dashboard based on the BigQuery metric query slash scanned bytes. So this is wrong. First thing is that we want on the project basis, so nothing is mentioned about the project, and the metric is metric query slash scanned bytes. We don't want the number of bytes scanned, we want the number of the monitor slot usage, that is the how much CPU used. So option A wrong. Create a Stackdriver monitoring dashboard, okay, based on the metric based on the BigQuery metric slots allocated for project. That is perfectly okay because we want per project, so that is divided by allocated for project, and metric slots is the correct metric to tell like how many slots is being used by the particular job. So option B is perfectly okay. Create a log export for each project. Capture the BigQuery job execution log. Create a custom metric based on the total slot, and create a Stackdriver monitoring dashboard based on the custom metric. So there is no need to like create the custom metric when we have already the predefined metric available. So option C eliminated. Create an aggregated log export at the organization level. So this is also wrong because in our question it is mentioned that we need the slot usage within their project, that is per project. They told that aggregate all the logs from the project at the organization level. It means only one metric. That is totally wrong. So option B is correct. Question number 143. You are operating a streaming cloud data flow pipeline. Your engineers have a new version of the pipeline with a different window algorithm and triggering strategy. You want to update the running pipeline with new version, and you want to ensure that the no data is lost during the update. What should you do? So there is a change in the pipeline code and we want to update that, and we want to make sure that the data should not be lost. So what should you do? So first try to okay, let's read the option. We have 4 options. Update the cloud data flow pipeline in flight by passing the hyphen update option with the job name set to the existing job name. Okay, update the cloud data flow pipeline in flight by passing the update option with the job name set to the new unique job name. Okay, they told that this time change the job name, this time the job name should be existing job name. Stop the cloud data flow pipeline with the cancel option. So this is totally wrong, cancel option, because if we cancel, because when we try to stop the pipeline, we got 2 options, whether we want to cancel the pipeline, whether we want to drain the pipeline. If we cancel the pipeline, whatever the data currently is in processing state, it get lost. But here it is mentioned we want to ensure that no data is lost. So option C is wrong. Stop the cloud data flow pipeline with the drain option. Create a new data flow pipeline job with the updated code. So option D is correct. Now option C eliminated. We have 3 options left, option A, B and D, right? So if we reread the question, it is mentioned that we are changing the window algorithm and triggering strategy. And if we go through the official documentation, it is also recommended that making major changes to windows or triggering algorithm, if we change the existing pipeline, the result might be unpredictable. So it is always recommended to create a new data flow job with the updated code rather than changing the existing pipeline, existing job. So because it is a very major change, that is a windows algorithm or triggering strategy, so better we will create a new data flow job with the updated code. So option D is correct. Option D is correct. Question number 144. You need to move 2 petabytes. Okay, so 2 petabytes of data from on premises to cloud storage within 6 months, and your outbound network capacity is constrained to 20 MB per second. How should you migrate this data to the cloud storage? Okay, so we have four options. Use transfer appliance to copy the data to the cloud storage. That is perfectly okay, because the transfer appliance is generally used to transfer the data offline, and it is recommended for the huge data, and also it is recommended when we have the bandwidth constraint. So everything is satisfying. Option A correct. Use GSUtil. So GSUtil is wrong. GSUtil is not recommended for the 2 petabytes of data. It is generally recommended for less than 1 TB of data. So option B wrong. Create a private URL, okay, whether it is HTTP URL or HTTPS URL, and use storage transfer service. So storage transfer service, okay, it work for like huge data, but again, like we have the bandwidth issue. So even if we create the public URL and try to transfer the data using storage transfer service, we have the bandwidth issue. Even though we have 6 month time, but still within the 6 month with this speed we can't transfer 2 petabytes of data. So option C is wrong. Use Trickle or Iconic along with the GSUtil CP. So again, GSUtil is not recommended for the 2 petabytes of data. So only one option left, that is the use transfer appliance to copy the data to cloud storage. So option A is correct. Question number 145. You receive data files in CSV format monthly from a third party. Okay, you need to clean the data, but every third month the schema of the file changes. Okay, your requirement for implementing these transformations include executing the transformations on a schedule. Okay, enabling non-developer analysts to modify transformations. So if there is any non-developer who don't know how to write the code, that developer also should modify the transformations. Providing graphical tool for designing transformations. So what should you do? So we have four options. So first is use cloud data prep to build and maintain the transformation. So that looks okay, because cloud data prep is the automation tool, and if the tool is automation, then even non-developer can apply the transformations. So option A is okay. Load CSV file into the BigQuery and write the SQL to transform the data. Again, like if we write the SQL, then we need we need to know about some queries, right? And our requirement is like non-developer should also modify the transformation. So if we need to run the query, then non-developer because non-developer doesn't know the SQL query, so this is wrong. Help the analyst write a cloud data flow pipeline in Python. Again, it is written in Python. How the non-developer analyst know the Python? So option C wrong. Use Apache Spark on Cloud Data Prog to infer the schema of the CSV file before creating a data frame, then implement the transform in Spark SQL. Again, in the Spark SQL, so non-developer don't know Spark SQL, so only one option left, that is the use cloud data prep. So option A is correct. Yeah, so that's the end of the video.